Hey Bears fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The NFL world woke up today to the kind of headline that shakes locker rooms and lights up fan forums across the country. Jordan Mailata, the human wall, the Aussie powerhouse, the man who went from rugby pitches to NFL dominance, is reportedly on his way from the Philadelphia Eagles to the Chicago Bears. Yeah, you heard that right. Mailata, the anchor of Philly's offensive line, is trading green for navy blue and orange. It's one of those moves that feels impossible until it's done. Fans in Philly are in disbelief, while Bears Nation is already dreaming of Justin Fields, or whoever takes snaps next season, standing tall behind a reinforced wall of steel and grit. The rumor mill is churning, and while nothing's official yet, sources close to the situation are hinting that the deal is not just about money. It's about legacy, leadership, and a team looking to rewrite its identity in the trenches. For years, the Bears' O-line has been the Achilles heel of the franchise, but this could be the start of something entirely different, a complete cultural and physical shift led by a literal mountain of a man. What makes this rumor so electrifying isn't just Mailata's talent, it's his story. The guy was never supposed to be here. He didn't grow up dreaming of Super Bowls or training camps. He was smashing tackles in rugby leagues down under. When the Eagles took a chance on him in the 7th round of the 2018 draft, most analysts laughed. They called him a project, a developmental body, someone who might hold a practice squad spot if he was lucky. But what Mailata did was rewrite what it means to adapt, to evolve, to conquer. Within a few seasons, he became one of the most dominant left tackles in the league, using brute force and dancer-like footwork to protect Jalen Hurts. Now, with whispers that he's heading to Chicago, the same analysts are eating their words and asking how Philly could even consider letting go of their most reliable lineman. The answer might be more complex than fans realize. Cap space, new philosophies, and maybe, just maybe, Mailata's own hunger for a new challenge. Inside Philly, the mood is split. Some insiders say this was brewing for months, that Mailata's camp felt undervalued compared to some of the league's highest-paid tackles. The Eagles' front office, known for their cap wizardry, might have reached a point where balancing contracts became a game of Jenga, and Mailata's piece was too heavy to keep stable. On the other side, Bears executives reportedly pounced the moment they sensed uncertainty. Chicago's front office has been quietly aggressive this offseason, not in flashy ways, but with moves that scream foundation first. Bringing in Mailata would be the ultimate statement, a commitment to rebuilding the team from the trenches outward. Imagine pairing his raw physical dominance with a new offensive mindset under the Bears' evolving playbook. Suddenly, that Windy Soldier Field looks less like a nightmare for quarterbacks and more like a fortress built on power, patience, and purpose. Fans who've endured years of chaos in the pocket can practically feel the stability already. And if there's one thing Mailata represents, it's stability. Watch his tape. It's not just about power, it's about balance, rhythm, and timing. He's got that rare combination of patience and aggression, the kind of player who can absorb a bull rush one play and dance around a speed rusher the next. The Bears haven't had a lineman like that in years. Some are even calling him the foundation of the future, a piece that can redefine Chicago's entire offensive identity. But the deeper intrigue lies in how Philly recovers from this. The Eagles have long prided themselves on elite O-line play, and losing Mailata could send shockwaves through their locker room. Teammates describe him as not just a protector, but a presence, the kind of guy who brings calm to chaos. Now, his absence could test whether Philly's famous brotherhood can survive a shakeup of this magnitude. For the Bears, though, it's all upside. They're not just getting a lineman. They're getting a tone setter, a locker room transformer, and a signal to the entire NFC North. Chicago isn't playing nice anymore. Behind the scenes, rumors say the deal's framework involves a mix of draft picks and cap maneuvering that would make even veteran GM sweat. There's talk of a second-rounder, maybe even a conditional future pick, plus a restructured contract that would make Mailata one of the top-paid tackles in the league. The Bears, flush with cap flexibility and desperate for a leader in the trenches, seem ready to make it happen. Chicago fans are buzzing, imagining a line anchored by a man whose presence alone could elevate everyone around him. Meanwhile, Philly social media is melting down, with fans begging the front office to reconsider. Some even argue this could be another Reggie White-type moment, a star leaving town only to thrive elsewhere. But Mailata isn't the type to stir drama. He's humble, grounded, and focused on football. That's what makes the story so captivating. If this move truly happens, it's not just another trade. It's a culture swap, a tectonic shift in how two franchises view their future. Every big NFL move comes with emotion, but this one hits differently. Mailata isn't just a player. He's a symbol of transformation, of impossible odds turned reality. For Chicago, he represents hope. For Philadelphia, he's the one that got away. And for the league, he's proof that sometimes the most unexpected paths create the most unstoppable forces. The whispers continue to grow louder, with insiders hinting that an official announcement could drop any day now. Until then, both cities are holding their breath. Chicago fans are ready to welcome a new king of the trenches, while Philly faithful cling to the hope that the rumor fizzles out. Either way, the message is clear. When a player like Mailata changes uniforms, the entire NFL feels it. Because when the human wall moves, the ground itself seems to shift beneath him, and nothing in the league looks quite the same again. As the dust settles and the whispers grow louder, the speculation around Jordan Mailata's move to Chicago has taken on a life of its own. Inside Hallis Hall, sources describe a level of excitement not seen in years, not just among players, but in the front office and coaching staff too. Mailata's arrival, if finalized, could change the entire identity of the Bears' offense. He's not just another big guy in the trenches. He's a cultural shift, the type of player who brings quiet authority, who leads by example, who shows up every Sunday and sets the tone from the first snap. Chicago hasn't had that kind of force since the early 2000s O-lines that protected Cutler and Grossman. Now, in a league obsessed with flashy receivers and dynamic quarterbacks, the Bears are choosing a different path, investing in the unglamorous, brutal beauty of line play. It's a move that says, we're tired of watching our QBs run for their lives. It's about control, power, and pride. And with Mailata anchoring that left side, the Bears might finally have the foundation to build something real, something built to last in the freezing winds of Soldier Field. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, emotions are raw. The fan base, known for its loyalty and fire, is struggling to process what feels like betrayal wrapped in business. Mailata wasn't just a tackle. He was part of the heart and soul of the locker room. He embodied the city's grit, a blue-collar giant who earned every rep, every snap, every paycheck. Losing him feels like losing a piece of the Eagles' identity. Social media is a storm of heartbreak and anger. Some fans are calling for Howie Roseman's head, while others are pleading for patience, trusting that there's a master plan behind the madness. Maybe the Eagles are clearing cap space for another blockbuster move. Maybe they're confident in their depth with players like Cam Jurgens stepping up. But still, Mailata's absence will be felt. In the huddle, in the locker room, in the pregame energy. The Eagles built their brand on toughness, and now one of their toughest is heading out the door. That stings in a way numbers and analytics can't measure. Back in Chicago, the narrative has flipped entirely. Fans who spent the last decade lamenting the O-line are suddenly dreaming of dominance. Local talk shows are already dubbing it the Mailata effect, predicting that his presence will make everyone better, from the quarterback to the running backs to the entire offensive rhythm. Coaches have reportedly been studying tape, building protection schemes around his strengths. And it's not just his blocking, it's his mindset. Mailata's story is pure inspiration, a reminder that greatness isn't born in five-star high school programs or fancy college systems. It's forged through work, humility, and belief. Chicago's locker room could use that kind of presence. This is a team that's been searching for a leader who can back up words with action, and now they might have found him. When he steps onto that practice field wearing navy blue, you can bet the tone will change immediately. The Bears might not be contenders overnight, but for the first time in a long time, they'll have something that feels like direction, purpose, and unity, and that starts with number 68. Of course, every major move comes with risk. No trade in the NFL is ever a guaranteed win, and there are those whispering concerns about Mailata's durability and fit in a new system. Philly's offensive scheme was tailor-made for his athleticism. Lots of movement, lots of spacing. Chicago, on the other hand, leans heavier on traditional run blocking and pocket protection. But if anyone can adapt, it's Mailata. His entire career has been one long adaptation story. He learned a brand new sport from scratch and became elite in less than 5 years. Adjusting to a new playbook? That's child's play compared to his journey from rugby to the NFL. Still, analysts are watching closely, waiting to see how his first preseason reps go. There's curiosity, skepticism, and a whole lot of anticipation. But the one thing everyone agrees on, Mailata doesn't just play football. He embodies it. He's the kind of player who makes you believe that hard work still matters more than hype, and that's exactly the kind of belief Chicago has been desperate to restore. If this trade goes through officially, it could mark one of the most important shifts in the NFC over the past few seasons. Philly would be forced to retool, reshuffle, and maybe even rethink how it protects Jalen Hurts. The Bears, meanwhile, would send a clear message to the entire division. They're done being the doormat. Imagine the first matchup against the Packers, with Mailata staring down Green Bay's pass rush like a gladiator in the arena. That visual alone is enough to send chills through Chicago's fan base. It's about intimidation, about pride, about reclaiming respect. The Bears have been rebuilding for what feels like forever, but adding Mailata might finally end that cycle. It's not the kind of move that sells jerseys overnight, but it's the kind that wins games in December. When the weather turns ugly and games are decided in the trenches, you want a guy like him leading the charge. That's how legends are built. Not through flash, but through force, grit, and unwavering resolve. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. So, whether this deal becomes official tomorrow or drags through weeks of speculation, one thing is certain. The league is watching. Because Jordan Mailata isn't just changing teams, he's changing narratives. From a 7th-round project to a cornerstone star, his journey is one of the most remarkable in modern football. And now, as the rumor swirls and Chicago waits for confirmation, fans can feel something shifting in the air. The Bears might finally have their protector, their enforcer, their human wall. And Philly, for all its pain, might just have to watch him thrive somewhere else. That's the beauty and cruelty of the NFL. Heroes move, legends grow, and the story never stops. If this trade becomes real, it won't just reshape rosters. It'll reshape how both cities see themselves. Because when a man like Jordan Mailata changes jerseys, it's not just about football. It's about power, pride, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Privately, team executives are said to be split down the middle. Some see Johnson as a necessary force, the kind of uncompromising leader who can reshape the culture from the ground up. Others worry that his outburst has damaged the Bears' reputation beyond repair, especially in a league where image and stability often matter as much as results. The PR team has reportedly drafted multiple statements, some apologetic, some defiant, but Johnson has refused to approve any of them. "I don't regret speaking truth," he's quoted as saying to close associates. That kind of stubborn conviction can either inspire or destroy, depending on which way the results swing in the coming weeks. Rumors of locker room divisions continue to leak, with whispers of heated exchanges between players and assistants. Yet, amid the chaos, a strange sense of focus has begun to emerge. Sometimes a team has to break before it can rebuild, and perhaps Johnson's meltdown was the breaking point this franchise needed to rediscover its edge. The next game, everyone agrees, will be a defining moment, not just for the Bears, but for Ben Johnson himself. And now, as the countdown to game day begins, Chicago is buzzing with nervous anticipation. The stadium will be packed, the cameras will be rolling, and every eye will be locked on the sideline to see how Johnson and his players interact. Will they rally together, turning this scandal into fuel for redemption? Or will the fractures widen, exposing the team's inner turmoil for the world to see? The fans, divided but passionate, are ready for answers. This isn't just about football anymore. It's about pride, loyalty, and the fine line between leadership and self-destruction. For Ben Johnson, this is more than just another game. It's a trial by fire, a moment that could cement his legacy as the coach who refused to back down, or doom him as the man who couldn't control his own fire. No matter the outcome, one thing is certain. After this, the Bears will never be the same. The roar of Soldier Field will carry more than cheers. It will echo with the weight of everything that's happened, every word shouted, every truth revealed. In that noise, the story of Ben Johnson's rise or fall will finally be written. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.